of you, here we begin with the first class for CMA final. But anyone, whether even inter students, if you want to listen to the whole class, definitely you can, because it is today the revision of all the tax rates and the slab rates, and more detailed idea of all the basics. So definitely this is going to be very helpful to for everyone. Okay, right. Now, as we begin this portion, the first thing I want all of you to do it as a very good beginning is to write CMA in front of your name and put it at desk. So many of you already have heard this from me earlier, and if you have done it, just put done in the message. You know, when you do this visualization, it creates a different impact on the way you think every day. No one can stay motivated all the time, on and off. There are mood swings are there. We prepare super well 2 3 hours, again we doubt, again we have fear. So to come up again, back and back and back to our core goals, this is necessary. So I hope you are clear that to add the degree in front of your name, you're preparing for this final exams. Inter you have cleared, right? So today's classes, base building of all the tax rates, flat rates, special rates, which we are going to use in every class ahead. And now, if you see your portion, it is divided. CMA final is completely based on your CMA inter topics. Today, I was teaching residential status in CMA Inter, and there how they are learning right from the basics, the deemed residential status concept, the residential status for individual, and now what you are going to learn is non-resident. How the residential status of non-resident we will decide, and if he is a non-resident, how we are going to pay. So it's a base building, and if you have the solid base, no problem. Some of you have had gap because of working or because of job or because of any other reason, and now if you are writing CMA final, let us make sure in this week, for all of you who have registered, I have added revision videos. So we should revise the revision videos, and let us make a plan. Today's 13th, 19th tak we will finish off some portion of the business head and all the basics of inter, and write one simple exam on that. Okay, then we have done a solid preparation, so that when I teach math, you will be clear कि okay, in business add and less is done like this. And with the new syllabus upcoming, all the amendment required for all the 2023 exam have been added in your workbook. Charitable trust, one full topic is added, that is your exit tax. So all the amendments, and because frankly speaking, CA final or CMA final taxation is not that all practical paper. Lot of theory and core concepts are there which you need to apply and solve the problem. So if we are taking return of income and assessment procedure, all theoretical topic, we will do math. Then we will go to other theory topic, that is search and survey and all. And then we will go to the charitable trust problems. So like that, we will complete the portion. More weightage I will give for the three important topics. If you see the last exams paper, that is December 22 exam papers, held after this 5th of January only. If you see that paper, so much weightage wise and so easy, only three topics you have in international taxation. One is DTA, one is transfer pricing, and GAR. So like this, very simple topics, very scoring and repeatedly asked problems. Few things I'm like core ki this you should do it, this is coming in exam, presentation should be like this, make a mind mapping for steps and all. Few things I don't know how much will come in exam, but it being a part of your portion, we need to do it. For example, if I tell you now ICDS, how it is different from accounting standards. You have 10 ICDS comparatives. Any one of it is asked, but you have 20 marks MCQs also. So maybe it will require two to three classes. So 6 hours we can give, and we don't want to take any risk. Okay. So is all the instruction clear to you? This week, can you promise me you will prepare from the revision video Most important topic I'm telling you for final from the revision videos, if you want to note down, is business head, deductions, and TDS TCs. Deductions you should know. If you don't remember 80 TTA, 80 TTB, 80 CC, watch that video again. In all the booster notes are also there with that. So you need to prepare it. And in final MCQs, I've seen one MCQ is from house property, one from business side, one from capital gain. It's the linked exam, this last offline exam which was. But it is super scoring because I can assure you transfer pricing cup method, the same kind of problem is asked. This is asked, MAT, this kind of this. So there are few things which are very scoring, very easy, and we will go ahead with that. Okay? So today's class is open for all. Those who want to join for schedule also, I want to tell you, many of the students are actually waiting for result. I did say after the results immediately, then at a faster pace completing the portion doesn't work. Jaldi karao, important karao, top 50 karao, aise nahi hota. These are professional exams, and promise we are all going to study together and write chapter wise exam. Writing chapter wise exam will give you that feel of the final exam. It is going to be amazing, I'm telling you. Whether that exam will come or not, but I have seen this miraculous difference that if students are writing one chapter they are preparing and 1 hour exam they are writing and sending me the papers, I'm correcting and giving, that mindset is being getting prepared. हाँ एकदम फाउंडेशन सॉलिड हो जा रहा है कि yes we can write 3 hours of paper, yes we can complete 100 marks paper in 3 hours. Recently, one of my final student, abhi 15th March, the CA final result came. One of my student, Pranati, she got 58, 2 marks. She lost exemption. And what she said exactly so many times I've heard, she said, ma'am, out of 90 marks, I got 58 marks. Had I attempted 100 marks paper, 10 more marks, definitely I would have got 60. Exemption and one subject I would not study. We are not hoping only for exemption and tax. We want to clear the group. So balancing all the subjects is also very important. Any help you need, you can always ask me. I am going to give you a printed timetable next Monday. This week being core, we are doing all basic tax rates today. Even if you know that, listen once. I will tell you exactly pitfalls जहाँ basic में भी गलती होती है. Second class, we are going to do AMT. Alternative minimum tax, 5 marks question is asked. So those questions we are going to do. Third class, we will cover up the new tax regime. 115 BAC, the new tax regime and old. Lot of changes have come in the Finance Act 2023. Please close your ears. Don't listen to that till you write your exam. Otherwise, you'll get confused ki ma'am MMR ka rate kya hai. So forget about the Finance Act 23 and the recent changes in the new tax regime and all. For exam, your financial year is 20 to 23 and we are studying Finance Act 22, which came last year. So in you 2016 syllabus, you're writing exam or 22, this is it. Just wait, all of you, those who want to, very curiously waiting for the inter का भी revision है इसमें, but थोड़े से instructions हैं, ये clear समझ में आ रहा है? So these 3 classes are also core important. If you feel no, you don't want to listen now and you want to join next Monday, it will be very late. Because I am going to take the first exam on basics, AMT and 115 BAC, new tax regime. New tax regime, exclusive new tax regime, 8 marks question was asked. You know, every question is a 15 marks, 8 plus 7 or 4 plus 4, like that they are asking the questions. So are you seeing what strategy we are going with? And we all are connected in WhatsApp. So any doubt you have while preparation after my material, institute's material, just do it. Click the photo, send me the doubt. I'll clear it by voice note. And one more thing is, just do the concept right now from my material and institute's material. Definitely the way I have planned, you will definitely get time to write 3 hours of the mock test together also, which is very essential. And automatically the pen will flow in exam. So that's all for all the instructions I wanted to give. Is this clear to all of you? Shall we start with the tax rates and all? Anything you want to ask, you can unmute and speak up irrespective of all this ये जो recording और चल रही है, or you can use the chat box. Right. You all have the materials. So if you can keep it open, we can write few things which are important over there also. This is all basics materials. I directly want to start with the tax rates. Okay. What are the tax rates applicable for financial year 22-23? Because you have to calculate the tax for DTA for so many cases, right? And there are some amendments. See, this one is also an amendment, very important for final. I'll cover it up thoda baad mein. All amendments are included in these 363 pages of material. And at the end, only the amendments also I have given it all together, so that in case if you want all the amendments, you can read it from there. And chapter wise also, all the amendments are included. Okay. We are doing today all the tax rates, flat rates and all. So let us begin now with individual, HUF, AOP, BOI and AJP. Okay. Individuals means all, male, female, minor who is having income and all. So individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, they will pay the tax according to slab rates, not flat rate. Okay. So what are the slab rates? Up to 2,50,000 there is basic exemption. 2,50,000 to 5 lakh, it is 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakhs, the next 5 lakh, it is 20%, and above 10 lakh, it is 30%. Are the tax rates clear? So if you are having 13 lakhs income, it's not 13 lakh ka 30%. It is first 250 nil, next 250 5%, 12,500, next 5 lakh 20%, 1 lakh, and above the 10 lakhs, the 3 lakh, on that 30%, that is 90,000. So like this, the total tax will be calculated in the slab rates. The chat box is open. If you have any doubt, please ask so that I can clear it there itself. You know, attending live classes, sitting on the desk, having the notebook, you all have already received this with by courier, right? So ye haath mein rehne se you do the 3D 5D makeup. I'm telling you, the normal mistake done here is these tax rates are applicable for non-residents also. Now, for senior citizens who are 60 years and above, instead of 2,50,000, the basic exemption is 3 lakh. Okay. So up to 3 lakh, basic exemption, taxes nil. 3 lakh to 5 lakh. On the next 2 lakh, it is 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. And 10 lakh above, it is 30%. Now here, very important word I have already underlined, and you should also star mark is resident senior citizen. So if Mr. Freddy is from USA, he is a non-resident, 82 years. We get this in many of the problems in taxation paper. Freddy, Mr. F is a non-resident, 82 years. He is having 8 lakhs income. How much will be the basic exemption for him? Tell me. Quick answer in chat box or unmute and say. Bolo. Yes. Yes, very good. Or just 1 second, chat is opening and closing. Yes, very good. 2,50,000. Ma'am, I did the whole problem correct, but by mistake I took, seeing 82 years, I took 3 lakh exemption. Gone. When we are doing non-resident problem, you have to remember this basic, that for non-residents, the basic exemption is only 2,50,000. Clear or not? Even if the non-resident is 82 years or anything, it is going to be 2,50,000. So for whom we get 3 lakh basic exemption, 60 years and above and less than 80 years. They are called as what? Senior citizen. And if someone is a super senior citizen, 80 years and above, what is the basic exemption? 5 lakh. Dear students, after 5 lakh, it is not 5% and then 20%. After 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it is directly 20%. 10 lakhs above 30%. Some students, while they do that, one very favorite problem for finals is again marginal relief. You can write it down, marginal relief pe 5 marks questions are asked. So what students they do, they अच्छा 18 lakhs पे tax calculate करना है ना, 8 lakh पे 30% करते हैं plus 1,12,500. From where did you get 1,12,500? First 250 nil, next 250 12,500, next 5 lakh पे 20% 1 lakh. It's right, but if the person is a senior citizen or super senior citizen, it will go wrong. So be very careful while you are calculating the tax. Okay. So tax rates are clear to all of you. In 5 minutes I have done it. Is the speed fine or not? Because this is the topic, you know it. AMT, I will explain the concept and I'll work out the problems also. And I can say I'm specifying more on the pitfalls कि जहां आपकी गलती नहीं होनी चाहिए वैसे. So for resident, senior citizen, 3 lakh. Super senior citizen, 5 lakh. Now here, one more beautiful term is there. Someone is born on 1st April 2023. What is our financial year, dear students? 22-23. And he is born on 1st April 2023. Still considered that he is born on 31st March 2023. Not born on, sorry. He's completed his 60th birthday. On 1st April 23, he completed 60th birthday. Assume that it is on March 23 and give him the seniority benefit from 20 to 23. So the person born on 1st April would have been considered to have attended the age of 60 or 80 years on 31st March. And the day preceding his birthday, only one day. Ma'am, 2nd April? No. Then next year, 60 years will be counted. Therefore, a resident individual, 60th birthday falls on 1st April, would be treated as senior citizen and he is eligible for extended basic exemption. See, this hardly any books they say. But in exam, one problem, if you remember, we have done in the set off and all, Rinku. Rinku is born on this date, calculate the tax. So when they give like this, Rinku is born means you should know what is Rinku's age. If Rinku is having 60th birthday on 1st April 23, assume it is on 31st, 60 years are over, give additional basic exemption. Okay, right. Now, one thing I'm writing it here, which is again like very basic. I hope it is clear. Yeah. We calculate on total income, we calculate tax. Are you all with me? Following? On total income. Some of the students are using chat box replying, some are not replying. Everyone should take part. I'll come to know how far you all are following. Okay. Now we calculate tax on total income. Okay. If you are earning good, now what is goods definition? I'll tell you. You need to pay surcharge. Surcharge is additional tax which you need to pay tax. And on tax plus surcharge, you need to pay cess. Is this clear to all of you? Tax plus surcharge, you need to pay cess. So now what are the rates of surcharge? Okay, there's a very important amendment in surcharge already covered up in this 4th point. And did you observe one thing in your workbook, that all the amendments are given in bold and said latest amendment? Now what is that? If an individual HUF, AOP, BOI, AJP, if they are earning above 50 lakhs, less than 1 crore. On tax, they need to pay surcharge at the rate of 10%. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15% surcharge. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25%. And if your total income from all the heads, your total income, if it exceeds 5 crores, surcharge rate is 37%. Take 2 minutes time, even I am speaking continuously, I am here only. But ये rates तो अभी learn करो. 2 marks, one MCQ is asked in exam, what is MMR? I'll tell you. Up to from 50 lakhs to 1 crore, 10%. 1 crore to 2 crore, 15%. 2 crore to 5 crore, 25%. And 5 crores and above, it is 37%. These are the surcharge rates. And on tax plus surcharge, you have to pay health and education cess. Okay? Health and education cess is there. 4% on tax plus surcharge. Now, exceptional till last year, 3 cases, and added on 4 are the incomes on which higher surcharge rates are not applicable. Higher surcharge rates are not applicable. Surcharge rates applicable are only 10 and 15%. What are those incomes? Section 111A. Short-term capital gain on listed shares. What is the tax rate for this? 15%. And on the tax, how much surcharge you will pay? 15%. 25 and 37% are not. So, ma'am, if I am having short-term capital gain 8 crores, 8 crore ka short-term capital gain I got in share trading. What will be the highest rate of surcharge I will pay? 15%. 15%. Is this clear to all of you? Very important. See, you all are smart. I'm not boosting you all. Foundation, when you clear, no, it's knock. You get entry in profession. Inter, when you clear, no, you build up a superb base. Now, as a teacher, we are just giving you the right push. Final is in your hands. But as a teacher, more than teaching that basic theoretical, that which you can also do yourself, it's the pitfall. So, ma'am, if in exam, if they give you short-term capital gain 8 crores, tax to we will calculate. Basic exemption bhi milta hi hai STCG mein. 15% is the tax rate. But what will be the highest rate of the surcharge? 15%, not 25 and 37%. ठीक है? Right. On long-term capital gain on shares. Okay. What is the long-term capital gain on shares? 112A. Listed shares, which you hold for 1 year and then transfer, or units of mutual fund, business trust and all. On this also, 25% and 37% is not applicable. Then dividend income. You all know CDT, DDT ka jo concept you all have studied in inter 115O section. That's gone. Put it in charge on the switch. 1 second, dear students. Just 2 seconds. Put one more plug in. One more plug is there, no? That you put it. Thank you for waiting. So what kind of dividends we are getting? Interim dividend during the year. Then we have final dividend. Okay. Right. So interim dividend, final dividend. So whatever dividend you get, it is taxable now in income from other sources. And in that, highest surcharge rate is not applicable. When I say dividend is taxable, no, I don't know. I say as a tick karke dimag mein aana chahiye. You get ATM deduction. Ma'am, kitna kaise? We will study in the company's assessment. But this is like, mind mapping. How when you travel, from next I have to take a left, from pink building I have to take a right. You do some. So this is the mind mapping. Dividend income is taxable. Whatever may be the income, even if it crosses up to 2 crore, to theek hai, ye hai 10 or 15. Usse zyada, if it is, still the highest surcharge rate is 15%. Added on this year is long-term capital gain. Ma'am, long-term capital gain is already there, no? Shares and all. Other than the long-term capital gain. What is other long-term capital gain on remaining capital asset? CA's capital asset. Like you can say property, open land or plot, jewelry. So, when you sell these kind of the capital asset, and if there is capital gain, you have sold a luxurious house for, say, 550 crore rupees is the capital gain, whatever it may be. So, highest surcharge rate over there is 25 and 37%. So here we complete with the tax rates, with surcharge, with cess, and concept of surcharge is important because isko na 5-star khilao, dairy milk khilao, jo khilana hai khilao. This is asked in exam and MCQs. MMR, maximum marginal rate of tax. It means what? Highest rate of tax as an individual, how much you are paying? 30. On that, what is highest rate of surcharge? Not these 4 cases. ये तो हो गए. Normally, what is the highest rate of surcharge? Look at the table. 37%. And on tax plus surcharge, what is the cess? 4%. Clear? 4% is the cess. Okay? Pick up your calculators. No? Some of you may be feeling, ma'am, क्या करा रहे हैं? तो इनकम डालो कैलकुलेटर में 100. ये ओरली आना है एग्जाम के लिए. 100 into 30%. 30% is tax. Are you all getting 30 in your calculator? Into 137%. Why 137? On 30 tax, add 37. So directly into 137%. 41.1 is tax plus surcharge. Into 104%. Into 104%. 42.744% is the highest rate of tax. Ma'am, what is the use of this? So many cases when people come together, do some venture and disperse. It's not a partnership and all. So they are assessed as BOI, AOP. So then department is saying you need to pay the tax at MMR. If yours is a private trust and you're not working for any good benefit and all, you need to pay the tax at MMR. Okay, we will pay. What is MMR? Highest rate of tax 30. Highest rate of surcharge 37. cess on that 4%. So will you remember this 42.744 and get 2 marks in MCQs? You can write in your material. This is super important for MCQs. ठीक है? Until now, any doubt? Any doubt, ask please. Because with this concept of surcharge, so many things are attached. Marginal relief, they are also asking problems in the exam. So now let us first do the special incomes, special rates. Until now, what did I say? Your normal income, flat rate of the tax. Now special income, special rates. Okay. Long-term capital gain on properties and all, it is 20%. Long-term capital gain on shares, it is listed shares and all, it is 10%. But above what? See, one thing is very important here. What is written? Long-term capital gain on shares, the tax rate is 10%. Okay? And long-term capital gain otherwise is 20%. So long-term capital gain on shares, when you do, you get additional basic exemption. See, you already have basic exemption, say 2.5 lakh. But if you are having long-term capital gain on shares, up to 1 lakh it is exempt. So till 3.5 lakh, no tax. And after that, it will be how much? 10%. Is this clear to all of you? Once again, I'll make it clear. Suppose you have long-term capital gain on shares, 4.5 lakhs. How much is exempt for you? 2.5 lakh, basic exemption. Excuse me. And 2 lakh. What is 2 lakh, dear students? 2 lakh is balance after the basic exemption. In that, one more up to 1 lakh is the additional basic exemption. I want all of you to write here. Additional basic exemption, ये सब नहीं पूरा. Additional basic exemption above 2.5 lakh. Tell me all, is my example clear or not? Message me in the chat box. All clear? Additional basic exemption, matlab 2.5 lakh so you will get. But additional on long-term capital gain on listed shares, 112A. How much you are getting? 1 lakh. Okay. Short-term capital gain on shares is 15%. Short-term capital gain other than shares, that is your property, jewelry, gold, open plot, slab rates. Casual income, lottery, crossword puzzle, prizes, KBC, all this is taxable at 30%. And you remember we have studied 115 BB, that one, section 68, 69, all your undisclosed income, unexplained investments and all. There also one change is there. So I will teach that with this. That is all taxable at 78%. 60% tax plus ma'am surcharge rate to highest or hai na, but for undisclosed income they are taking highest surcharge rate 25%, and on tax plus surcharge is at 4%, that is 78%. Clear to all of you? Special income, special rates are clear. Basic exemption is available on long-term and short-term capital gain and normal income, but not on casual income and other income. Like these two, if I say, okay, chalo, I am a housewife. I have not received any other income except that I went to KBC and I have won a prize of 4 lakh. Ma'am, but KBC, I went to Mumbai to the sets of Film City and traveling and staying in a hotel. Are any expenses allowed? No. Ma'am, I have won a lottery of 1 lakh, but lottery ticket is 10,000. Is it allowed? No. Can I set off losses? No. Suppose undisclosed Benami income, Gumnam income is found in your house, 1 crore rupees. Can you say, okay, ma'am, but these 1 crore rupees I have earned in 10 years. Give me 10 basic exemption. Can you say that? No. No exemption, no expense, no set off, no losses, nothing. Flat taxable at 30% and at 78%. Yeah, here you get the benefit of basic exemption, all the three. Special income, special rates are clear. My speed is fine. You all are following. Chalo. Next. I know usually when we take the first class of final, it is like a return of income or some exclusive topic for finance. But if this base building is not done, it's like directly jumping to the conclusion. When we do MAT problems, sometimes they compare the MAT and AMT and all that. Whatever it is, MAT is for companies, AMT for others. But comparative problems are there. That time going and learning that, better let us prepare now with the basics thoroughly. And I will take exam also for this. All right. When I taught you the tax rates, I want to teach something called as rebate. Rebate is a kind of relief in tax. Once again, rebate is a kind of relief in tax under section 87A. So tax में से rebate minus करके, then what tax you get, you add cess. Now, why will you get rebate? If the total income of resident individuals, non-residents don't get rebate. Super point for your topic called DTA. Non-residents don't get rebate. Resident who has total income up to 5 lakh will get maximum tax rebate up to 12,500. I want all of you to write here. After rebate, After rebate, on balance tax, add cess. I'm writing education cess, health and education cess also you can write HEC 4%. Tax minus rebate, add cess. Okay. Now here this is a super point which says exception to rule wherein rebate is not allowed. What is the exception to rule wherein rebate is not allowed? It is talking about long-term capital gain on shares. Long-term capital gain on shares 112A. If you have that income, rebate is not allowed. Ma'am, I have long-term capital gain on shares. Say 3,10,000 minus the basic exemption and all. Can I give the rebate? No. And rebate maximum is 12,500. If your tax is only 9,000, can you take minus rebate 12,500? No. If your tax is 9,000, rebate will also be 9,000 and tax payable will become nil. Clear to all of you? So rebate concept is very clear. Rebate is allowed on any income if your total income is up to 5 lakhs. Except long-term capital gain on shares. So here we have complete the tax rates, the surcharge, the special incomes, the normal incomes, cess, everything for individual HUF, EOP, BOI, AGP. Now we want to go and do the tax rates for other kind of SSEs. Any doubt you have? All clear? Then write down AC. Yes. Just revise this lecture within 24 hours one more time, and I'm telling you, you will make a solid base for the classes ahead. You will not do those silly mistakes and not lose marks. Coming to final, no student is like कि उसको concept नहीं मालूम है. It is just we do some silly mistakes. Okay. Is this concept beautiful and clear? Tax is calculated on total income. Surcharge is calculated on tax. cess is calculated on tax plus surcharge. Now, for partnership firm and companies and all, we have flat rate of tax, that is 30%. Flat rate of tax, that is 30%. No basic exemption. So if there is a partnership firm or if there is an LLP, jiska total income is 10,000. What is the tax they have to pay on total income 10,000? 3,000. Surcharge आएगा? नहीं आएगा. Directly cess will come 3%. Okay? And like that tax you will calculate. No basic exemption, nothing. Whatever is the total income of partnership firm, how much they need to pay the tax? 30% flat. LLP, partnership firm, local authority. Coming to companies, there is a change. Those who have taken coaching last year, it was 19 and 20. What is the tax rate for the company? Flat 30%. Indian company, domestic companies. Foreign company, the tax rate is 40%. Okay. Now, if the turnover of 2021, not 21-22, not 22-23, 2 saal pehle, what is your financial year or previous year, dear students? 22-23. What is the assessment year? 23-24. So for this financial year, 22-23, you have to check 2 years back. 2021, if the firm's turnover or gross receipt is less than or up to 400 crores, tax they have to pay is 25%. 25% is the tax they have to pay. Clear? और ये बहुत बार एग्जाम में प्रॉब्लम आता है. Simple math problem students are asking and they have to compare whether the company should pay normal tax or MAT. So MAT, तो we do all the ADLES calculation and tax there on 15% and IFSC है तो 9%. But normal में by mistake they take 30%. अरे clearly they have given that the turnover of 20 and 21 is 310 crores. If the turnover of 2 years back, that is 2021, is less than or up to 400 crores, then how much you will pay the tax at what rate? 25%. We have some special conditions wherein companies are paying 22% tax also. So those what conditions are to be satisfied and all we'll do when we take the company assessment. Cooperative society up to 10,000, 10%, 10,000 to 20,000, 20%, above 20,000 it is 30%. Okay? Right. Now, special income, special rates we have done. Yeah, a major amendment in the surcharge rate of cooperative society. What is the tax rate for cooperative society? This. Now, surcharge rates. See, domestic company or Indian company, the tax rates are only 30%. So surcharge rates are high. From 1 crore to 10 crore. What is the surcharge rate for domestic company? 7%. For 10 crore and above, if the domestic company's income is 10 crore and above, what is the surcharge rate? 12%. Foreign company, the basic tax rates are only high, 40%. So now surcharge rates are less. 2% for income if it exceeds 1 crore to 10 crore and 5% if the income exceeds 10 crores. Clear? Domestic company tax rate is 30%. Surcharge rates are 7% and 12%. Foreign company basic rates are only 40%. Surcharge rate and 2. What's the changes now? Cooperative society are also paying the surcharge as the rate of domestic company. From this year, from this financial year 22-23, cooperative society are also paying the surcharge rates of 7% and 12%. Okay, right. And for partnership firm and local authority, only one surcharge rate is there. If the income exceeds 1 crore, surcharge rate is 12%. Partnership firm, local authority, LLP. So here we take a pause. Sure, you all are attentive. You know, this what I have covered in the last 45 minutes. These are my CA or CMA inter abhi jo batch chal raha hai. Those students have just cleared foundation. So many examples we give them, then we make them understand, then we make them learn. So I'm thinking how much granted I'm taking y'all. अरे final में थोड़ा तो speed में पढ़ाएंगे. Clear है या नहीं? I'm telling you what I have covered in 45 minutes are like 6 classes for them of 1.5 hours. And if you feel anywhere while speaking, I'm using a term, SEZ, this, that, whatever, and you don't remember, you have missed out, maybe you've studied in inter, or if you don't know, ask me. Use the chat box. Basic exemption is available for section 111A, 112A. What is that? Short-term capital gain on shares, long-term capital gain on shares. Basic exemption is available, dear. It is not available for 115B, B and E, casual incomes and those undisclosed sources income. जिसको flat 78% tax लगता है, उन those two cases, basic exemption is not available. Rest for income, it is available. I want to do some nice things in this, like there's a nice amendment in 115 BEE. Virtual digital asset is taxable this time onwards at 30%. I've added it in the business structuring topic. Business structuring is like I was Last time practicing and it came, slum sale problem came for 7 marks. Look at the paper. So we can make some trend. Business structuring, one question is fix this. Let us finish some portion and then we will do that also. Chalo. No doubt until now, Kasif, no message from your side. Are you there or not in the class? Offline to itna maza aa raha hai, sahi ma'am. Like looking at the students and you followed and you're writing, you have not followed. वो देख के पता चल जाता है. That's what I'm missing. In online classes, your windows are closed. Huh? Hope you all are sitting alert on a desk with your material. Today, nothing to write, but then keep your calculators ready. The calculator which you are going to use in final exam. Mindset, once the degree is yours, promotions are not going to be held up. So many of you are working. And then you have taken a U-turn that without the degree, those promotions are held up. So that is waiting for you. And everything, your mindset will decide your exam preparation, your result, everything. So with that strong-headed mindset, we should go ahead. Thank you so much for the response that you are understanding and everything is clear. Thank you. And still do revise. You know, when I take registration fees from you, I take a promise कि you all should clear the group and go ahead. चलो एक और amendment करते हैं, that is regarding the undisclosed sources of income. This again I'll do when I do 115, the whole series, you know. But right now, because this being basic and very important. Okay. So, whenever there is undisclosed sources income, some income is kind of like background. Many times in the exam, instead of undisclosed income, they use the word deemed income. If right now there is a raid, you all must have seen Raid movie, no? Who was there in the Raid movie? Ajay Devgan. And Akshay Kumar's movie also, Special 26. So like this, if they open this drawer and if they recover 1 crore rupees, can I say mere nahi hai, kiske hai malum hai? No. 1 crore rupees belongs to me and I have to pay tax. Can I say, okay sir, 1 crore rupees is my undisclosed income, I didn't disclose, but I earned it in 10 years, allow me 10 basic exemptions and all? No, nothing doing. So deemed, if something is recovered at your home and you're not able to explain source of income, it is assumed to be income. Unexplained investment, one by one, यहीं से पढ़ के ही करते हैं. चलो, that will be better. First one in that is cash credit. अच्छा, before I go ahead, sorry, I want to go in a sequence. कोई jump नहीं करना है. These incomes are taxable at 115 BBE and at 60%, surcharge 25%, tax plus surcharge, ESIS. No basic exemption. No expenses allowed, no losses set off. You know, this is asked, dear students, in exam. This reminds me, okay, I have got illegal income, black money, 50 lakh rupees. But in my business, I have last year shown 30 lakhs loss. So can I set off that loss in this income and all? Answer is no. This income which is disclosed, you need to pay the tax. You cannot set off any other losses or brought forward house property business at capital gain loss. मैम एक घर बेचा था उसमें capital loss हुआ है. Can I set off in this gain? No, you cannot set off. That's why it's all flat. It's written. No set off, no basic exemption, no benefit of expenditure, nothing. First one in that is cash credit. Cash credit is any sum found in the credit in your books. You know, in your books, you all know that you're not allowed to take loan and repay loan in cash. It's not allowed. You have to do it by check. But I have shown cash account debit to Harilal. Now, who is Harilal? Pata nahi. Harilal koi hai hi nahi. My own black money, which I have generated without paying any tax, that I have put as entry cash account debit to Harilal. Okay, get a confirmation from Harilal. नहीं है. Harilal से पता चला नहीं है. If I am not able to explain my source of cash credit, fake entries in my book, those are my income. But ma'am, this time I have not shown any cash credit. I have taken loan from Harilal. कैश अकाउंट डेबिट टू हरिलाल लोन, जाओ लेके आओ confirmation. Harilal, Sohanlal, Mohanlal, so many entries in my books and those people are not existing. And if they are not able to explain, even if Harilal is actually there, department will say, okay, Harilal, you have given loan to Dipti ma'am. Explain. No explanation. Harilal is able to give. पैसे कहाँ से आए to give loan to Dipti ma'am? It is added not in income in Harilal, it is added in mine. I'm not showing cash credit entries. I'm showing loan taken from Ronak. But if Ronak is not able to explain the source, that is added in mine. Clear to all of you? So, where any sum is found credited in the books of SSE and SSE offers no explanation about the nature and source, or explanation offered is not satisfactory, then the sum so credited may be charged. I'm not going to read word to word everything, but I'm reading this because this being very important. In case of sum so credited consisted of loan and borrowing, SSE not only needs to prove satisfactory explanation regarding source of loan credited in his books, but the AO may also ask explanation from the lender of the funds. If the lender fails to give the satisfactory explanation, then that will cash credit to SSE, it will be added in his income. For example, Suresh is showing undisclosed loan taken from Mukesh. If Mukesh is not able to explain the source of income, same will be added in the income of Suresh. I have taken loan from Ronak. If Ronak is not able to explain, it's like my income or Ronak koi hai nahi, I need to pay 78% tax. This is the case for closely held company. Now see, closely held company is a hi-fi name for private company. Private company. If any amount is credited in the nature of share application money, share capital, share premium, it shall be treated as explained only if source of fund is explained in the hands of the shareholder. See, you all know private company mein very limited people are there. It's not like a public company where shares are being freely traded in the secondary market and all. So private company, the shareholders are there. Okay. So can the private company ask to shareholders that you have purchased the shares of our company? पैसे कहाँ से हैं? Shareholder should be able to explain the source. If the shareholder is not able to explain the source of income, same will be taxed in the hands of company. Private company, when you are taking the money from shareholder, take it by check, RTGS, NEFT, and make it very clear कि where from shareholder has got. हो सकता है shareholder is not having any money. I am only giving the money to shareholder. Array, take this money and buy shares of my company and become a shareholder, private company. People invest in the names of their drivers and staff. This also happens. Huh? So take a pause and tell me if this amendment is clear. Will you surely read it? It is looking very small. Can they make a 3 mark, 2 mark, 5 mark case study based on this and ask a question? Give your legal expert opinion. Easy it is. Okay. One more thing here is exception to the rule. The addition onus of proof explaining source in hands of the creditor would not apply if the creditor or the lender is Ventura Capital Fund, Ventura Capital Company. You know, we also called it as infrastructure company. Huh? Like in Hyderabad, airport is made by whom? Backup kiska hai pura paisa? GMR. Metro ke piche who is there? L&T. So these are companies who are funding the project. Now you cannot ask the funding companies, tell us ki paise kahan se aaye. It's the way they work, everything. All proofs are there with the Ventura Capital Company and infrastructure who collect the money from the public and they accumulate and then they do the funding of these kind of startup projects. So though there is an amendment that if the lender is not able to explain, it will be my income. Private company shareholder is not able to explain, it will be my income. Still, in case of this, it's not going to be taxable or No explanation is asked if it is Ventura Capital Fund or Ventura Capital Company. Clear? Next is unexplained investment. If you have invested in a bungalow of 5 crores, looking at the interior, any architect can certify कि हाँ कम से कम 5 crore का खर्चा किया है. But you have shown renovation expense only 2.5 crore. So remaining 2.5 crore black money आया और घर में लगा दिया, black money invested. Very well taxable. Unexplained money. If any cash, jewelry is recovered from your home, from your lockers, from anywhere, it's your income. Amount of investment not fully disclosed. Undisclosed. So, pura gaya. But you have disclosed, but not fully disclosed. You have purchased a jewelry of say 8 lakhs, but you have taken the bill from jeweler 2 lakh and you're showing 2 lakh. So if they do the valuation, remaining you have to pay. Unexplained expenditure. Superb. Whenever there's raid, the first thing they catch hold of is your Facebook, Insta, all the accounts. And if you've posted pictures of lavish functions in 7-star hotels and foreign travel and all, where from you have got the money to spend? If you have done the expenditure, you have earned and spent, no? If you have earned and you have not shown, it's your income which you have not disclosed. You need to pay 78% tax. An amount borrowed and repaid, ये हम ना detail 269 SS, ST, SU सब में पढ़ेंगे. It's not allowed to borrow and repay the loan on hundi. This all is same, dear students. Only change is in cash credit. All right. So with this basic tax rates, we are doing the amendments also. Only few things in the basic tax rates are left. It being the first class, we'll close it early. But right now, we'll take a break of 5 minutes. All right. So until now, everything is clear. We have completed the revision of all the basic tax rates. Then special income, special rates. Then the concept of surcharge. Then rebate, cess, and how it is calculated. Now let us take 5 marks exclusive questions are asked so many times in inter also and final about marginal relief. So what is this concept of marginal relief? For that you should know the surcharge rates properly. As an individual, if I am earning above 50 lakhs, I am paying on my whole tax surcharge at the rate of 10%. Above 1 crore, 15%, above 2 crore, 25%, and so on. Okay. Now, if I earn just 50 lakhs and 1,000, just little above the margin if I'm earning, I need to pay tax at a higher rate, surcharge. In the form of surcharge, I need to pay extra tax just because I earned 50 lakhs and 10,000 or 1 lakh. So when so many times it happens that income is increasing by say 2 rupees and tax is increasing by 5 rupees, I cannot pay tax more than what I have earned. Additional I have earned this, why I should pay this? So there's some concept, there are some steps. Look into the already printed example in your material and you can score marks. Provided after today's lecture, promise that you will surely just once do at least one sum in the notebook so that you don't have to mug up the steps. It should be clear to you. Marginal relief ke acha, for hundi, what you were asking the doubt, hundi is a kind of loan. So whenever you take loan above 20,000, you cannot take it in cash. You take 20 lakhs loan from your friend Surinder. Cash account debit to Surinder's loan account, but Surinder should give you check and you repay by check. Taking the loan in cash and repaying the loan in cash is not allowed above 20,000. Okay? Okay. After the surcharge rates, I have given this steps. Steps to abhi padhne ki zarurat nahi hai. But come down and let us solve this example. See, I have got my total income as 51 lakhs. Now, on 51 lakhs, what is the tax? Let us calculate in working note 1. This is my working note 1. 51 lakhs pay tax. So up to 250, nil. 250 to 5 lakh, 5%. 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%. And 10 lakh above 30%. So if my total income is 51 lakhs, can I say on 41 lakhs, pick up your calculator, directly on 41 lakhs, 30% is coming to 1230. And 10 lakhs up to 10 lakhs, if it is not a senior or super senior citizen, the tax rates are fixed. 1,12,500. So how much tax is coming? 1342. Now on this, I have to pay 10% surcharge because the income has exceeded 51 lakhs. So what is tax plus surcharge? 1476,750. That is my step 1. Tax payable on 51 lakhs with surcharge. Suppose I would have just earned 50 lakhs. What would have been my tax? Up to 10 lakhs, 1,12,500, and on remaining 40 lakhs, 40 lakhs into 30%. Check in your calculator, 12 lakhs. So what is your total tax coming to? 13,12,500. Is the example clear? On 51 lakhs, the tax is 1476,750. On 50 lakhs, shall I take surcharge? Answer is no. Because up to 50 lakhs. So what is the tax coming? 1312. Now look at the screen. On 51 lakhs, and very important is writing over here, that is without cess. Don't add tax and surcharge and cess, just tax and surcharge. cess is the last thing you do after rebate, after marginal relief. Did I teach you? Half an hour before that, you have to minus the rebate. So when you minus the rebate, then on remaining income, you add cess. Huh? So on 51 lakhs, what is the tax? 14 lakhs 76,750. On 50 lakhs, what is the tax? 13 lakh 12,500. How much is the excess tax payable? 1,64,250. Excess tax payable is 164,250. And what is the excess income? 1 lakh. Isn't it very absurd? Absolutely absurd or not? Just because you are earning, instead of 51 lakhs, how much excess tax you are paying? 1,64,000. And what is the excess income above 50 lakhs? Just 1 lakh. Okay, whatever extra I have earned above 50 lakh, 50 lakh ke department you keep as additional tax. 1 lakh because you earned extra, you are ending up paying 164,250 as tax. So you should take a relief of 64,250. Followed or not? Can you take or not? Tax cannot be more than income. Excess income is 1 lakh and excess tax is 164, which is absurd. So I want a relief of 164. Now, most important step here is your original tax is on 51 lakhs. Relief you should give here. And final tax payable is 1 minus 5. Your original tax minus the relief. And now in this you add cess 4%, you will get the correct answer. Are the steps clear or not logically? Tell me please. Are you all there, here and clear? Present तो सब हैं class में, पर clear है या नहीं? You are paying tax on 51 lakhs. Then calculate the tax on 50 lakhs. How much is the extra tax? Say 164. How much is the excess income above 50 lakhs? Say 1 lakh. So income increased by 1 lakhs and 10 tax increased by 164. I want a relief of 64. And then finally, whatever is my 1 minus 5 tax, on that add cess. I've literally seen students getting 0 out of 5 because they calculate step 1 and 2 with cess. इसीलिए मैंने मेकअप कराया आपको. मैं ये प्रिंट भी कर सकती थी without cess, because where is the parking of cess? After the rebate. And you know something very basic, if students are doing final mein to nahi hota hai, but interlevel mein in one problem they take all the gyan, the rebate, the surcharge, all. So if your income is up to 5 lakhs, minus the rebate. If your income is above 50 lakhs, add the surcharge. Both will not come in a single problem. No? Chalo, one more example. Suppose if your income, you can do at home 50 lakhs and 1000 rupees. तो भी आएगा आपको. I hope you are getting the maths logic. Now, 2 crore and 1 lakh. What is the tax on 2 crore and 1 lakh? First 10 lakh this, balance 30% this, and on total tax, surcharge is 25% because the income has exceeded 2 crore to 5 crore. Surcharge is 25. Ma'am, you said 25% is not applicable. That is not applicable in 4 cases. Short-term capital gain on shares, long-term capital gain on shares, dividend, and all the other long-term capital gain from this year. This is like your normal income. So, tax, add surcharge 25% because the income has exceeded 2 crores. And your tax is coming to 7303, so on. Now, suppose if your income is just 2 crores, it doesn't mean you will not pay surcharge. 1 crore to 2 crore surcharge is there. Tax is 30% balance or wo sab to theek hai. Surcharge is 15%. Just because I earn 2 crore and 1 lakh extra, I am ending up on my total tax surcharge instead of 25%, 37%. Sorry, instead of 15%, 25%. Because the income has exceeded 2 crores. Clear or not? So what will be the tax on 2 crore up to 10 lakhs, 1,12,500 and 1 crore and 90 lakhs ke upar 30% karo, you can do 190 lakhs. You all know 1 crore 90 lakhs is 190 lakhs mein it's doing is easy. 57 lakhs. So on your total tax put 15% surcharge and your tax is 6684. Now look at the screen. 73 lakhs is the tax on 2 crore 1 lakh. 6684 is the tax on 2 crore. How much extra tax you are paying? 6 lakh. 18,000 because your income increased by 1 lakh. Just because your income increased by 1 lakh, your tax and surcharge have gone up from 15% to 25%. And you're paying 618,750 excess tax. Can we ask for a relief? Can we ask for a relief? 5,18,750, right? Then 518,750 relief from the original tax. From the original tax. And those who are not having this, take a screenshot please of this material, this working note 1, and this is your working note 2. Pause karo, le lo, and then you have it. So I'm just paying up 618 extra tax because I earn 1 lakh extra income, and so I should get a relief of 5,18,000 from my original tax, and on this tax add 4% cess, you'll get your correct answer. Clear? So what is the learning in marginal relief? Calculate the tax on higher income. Calculate the tax on lower income. 1 minus 2 is the excess tax. Fourth step is excess income. 3 minus 4 is what relief you want. I think logically is it clear or not? And this fifth step relief you are getting from the first step. Okay? Same for 5 crore. Just because income increased 5 crore, 1 lakh, I'm ending up 37%, whereas I'm ready to pay 25%. Clear? So this is how your marginal relief works. This is the way you give relief in all the other cases also. Even in case of companies, this is the case of individual. But in case of companies also, how will you do? if the income has exceeded 1 crore and 10 crores, up to 10 crores, on 30% tax, you are paying the surcharge of 7%. Huh? And if it just exceeds 10 crore and 1 lakh, you are ending up paying surcharge at 12%. So 12% tax के साथ 7% tax के साथ the excess tax minus the excess income is the relief. So exactly same way marginal relief works in all the cases. 5 marks exclusive question are asked. If you have followed my explanation, we are doing all the gist revision. So just pick up one problem out of this and practice in your notebook. Calculate the tax in the calculator and get 5 out of 5 marks. Tomorrow, we are going to do AMT. If you have any doubt in marginal relief, you can ask. Okay, let us go to the next concept. This format is, I hope, clear to all of you. You know, even if they give an exam absurd, you should know that heads of incomes, whatever you may be having income from 15 sources, but they will all come in what? 5 sources. And what are those 5 sources? Income from salary. What is the knock condition for that? Just for you all to recollect all your inter knowledge. Salary में enter होने के लिए क्या जरूरी है? Employer employee relationship. Income from house property chargeability section is 22. There should be owner and tenant relationship. Business head. Either you're doing business or profession. You start with net profit, do add and less. Capital gain will come only when you transfer a capital asset. And income from other sources, rest all. Your bank interest, your casual incomes, your lotteries, your dividend and gifts. Gift is nice area. They can ask questions. When you get your total income from 5 heads, others income which is clubbed in your hands, very popular example is spouse income and minors income. I may have to pay tax on my minors income till 18 years of age. And then set off the losses plus minus. Can we set off house property loss in salary? Yes. Can we set off the business loss in salary? No. 1 and 3 are not friends. So those rules are taught in set off. That's why I'm saying set off also. Ek bar revise karo lecture. You get gross total income. Give beautiful deductions. Either you have made good investment, या ATG, good donation, या good जो भी अच्छा किया है, ATC to 80 you take deductions, and on total income you need to calculate the tax. In tax, either add surcharge or less rebate. Whatever total tax you get, add cess, tax payable you are getting. In the tax payable, minus the TDS and TCS. Suppose your tax payable is 50,000, but Dipti ma'am has already paid 5,000 tax on your behalf and given you a certificate. And you yourself have paid 30,000 advance tax. Now what is the tax payable? 15,000. Add interest if you make late payment, and this is your tax. This is just a format. There's one nice concept of unutilized basic exemption. I have written it here and I want to take up a problem for that. 18th problem. Unutilized basic exemption is a nice concept. I feel they usually cover up this in MCQs or some total income problem, and they will not say ki apply the concept of unutilized basic exemption. Okay, now let us see what is this concept. We all know that short-term capital gain on shares, long-term capital gain on shares, basic exemption is allowed. So let us take 18th question as example, and with this we will solve the problem. Say total income like salary or whatever normal income is 220 for Shanti, and short term capital gain on shares, say nothing given, listed shares is 1,80,000. I want all of you to please open your notebooks, write down the concept of unutilized basic exemption and do it with me in your notebooks. One second. I'll share my ledger. Message me if it is seen or not, clear, shared or not. All right. Can you see my notebook? Yeah. Write down, please, all of you. concept of unutilized basic exemption. In what cases it is used? Let us take the example of computation of income of Shanti. Her normal income, like let us take income from other sources, is 2,20,000, and short-term capital gain on shares. Is say how much it was given, or we can take any figure, not necessarily the same problem. Income from other sources is 220, and short-term capital gain on shares is say 1,80,000. ठीक है, rebate वीबेट काफी चीजें आ जाएगी, इसलिए I was thinking कि एक सिर्फ unutilized लेते हैं, करेंगे चलो. Total income is how much? 4 lakh. Is she liable to pay the tax above the basic exemption? Answer is yes. Now what is answer? यहाँ से, are you all writing also with me? What is the basic exemption for Shanti? 2,50,000. Basic exemption for Shanti is 2,50,000 minus what is the normal income? 220. Still 30,000 basic exemption is there which is unused. That's what is called as unutilized basic exemption. Many students don't know that they have to apply like this while calculating the tax. Basic exemption 250. Normal income 220. No tax. No tax because it is less than the basic exemption. Still there is not utilized or unutilized basic exemption 30,000. And you all know on capital gain income basic exemption is given. Sure, we have written also special income, special rates. Now आ जाओ long term capital gain on shares. कितना है long term capital gain on shares? 1,80,000. Can I set off unutilized basic exemption over here? Unutilized basic exemption 30,000. Can we share it here? Yes, right. Now what is the balance? Taxable short-term capital gain on shares. 30,000 is still the basic exemption which is not utilized there, unutilized. I'm setting off here 150. So tax on short-term capital gain on shares, we are assuming it is section 111A. Long term is 112. 150 पे what is the rate of tax? 15%. करो कितना आ रहा है? 150 into 15%. 22,500. यहाँ तक कोई doubt? Clear or not? If it is unutilized there, I can use it there. Always set off the basic exemption in the normal income first. But normal income is only 220, ma'am. 30,000 abhi bhi basic exemption hai. Can I set off in short term and long term? Yes. Ma'am, can I set off unutilized basic exemption in casual income? No. In your unexplained income? No. Clear? Now, my question to you all is, shall I give rebate? Excuse me, please, sorry. Shall I give rebate to Shanti? I want some response from all of you. Shall I give rebate or not to Shanti? Yeah, another 10 minutes and we will close. As promised, then we'll continue. Shanti ko rebate देंगे? Yes or no? Yes. Why? Because the total income is up to 5 lakhs and rebate is allowed, assuming Shanti is a resident individual. So who will remind in the exam? No one. Less. अच्छा problem है ना एकदम. These are all hand created problems. बहुत सारे 20 problems are there in your sheet. Basics. Rebate under section 87A. Up to how much, dear students? 12,500. What is the tax payable? 10,000. After the rebate, add what? Education cess 4%. Yeah. How much is it will come? 400. So tax payable is finally 10,400 minus some TDS, advanced tax, whatever. Any other example in your mind you ask? Unutilized basic exemption is in long-term and short-term capital gain on shares, even on property and all, long-term capital gain and all, basic exemption is allowed. If it is not utilized there, you can use it here. And rebate, of course, we will give maximum up to 12,500. We have done many small concepts: marginal relief, unutilized basic exemption. If it was income from lottery instead of shares, then it will come. No, dear. No. If you get, say, just the lottery income 4 lakhs, you need to pay 30% tax. 4 lakh का 30%. कितना आएगा? जो भी 12,000 आ रहा है. 1,20,000. Yes. No relief, nothing, no basic exemption. But yes, if the total income is less than 5 lakhs, rebate you will get up to 12,500. If you want to write, I can make, आप सबको CMA बनना है, मुझे author बनना है, तो you say and I will make a problem. This is the tax payable. No basic exemption in the casual income, I said. But will you get a rebate? Yes. Rebate is a blind concept which says total income is up to 5 lakhs, no? Give a rebate. 5 lakh yearly income, matlab monthly 12 is a 40,000 a person is earning. So give him a rebate of 12,000. Rebate is a kind of relief. We also have a relief in salary chapter. We also will see the relief when you are paying tax in other countries and in India, 90 and 90 and all. चलो ठीक है, क्लियर है. Easy. Any more example in your mind? Right. So that's all for the concept. One more from my side. Let me take up this one orally. See, he's 65 years. Who? Ramesh. Annual salary is 180. And he won a lottery ticket 50,000. He has sold the property and capital gain. Now Ramesh का एज कितना है? इसको orally अभी इधर ही कर लेते हैं. 65. So what is the basic exemption? 3 lakh. How much is his normal income? 1.8. So 1.2 lakh is unutilized basic exemption. Can he set off from long-term capital gain on property? Huh? You want to solve this one more also in notebook to get a clarity. It will take 5 minutes. Take down the figures. अभी कर लेते हैं. Okay. It's a very nice concept, unutilized, asked in MCQs and many chapters. See, Ramesh ka age is 65 years. Annual salary income is 180. We assume salary income is computed. No more standard deduction 50,000. He won a lottery ka ticket. 50,000 में से कोई deduction नहीं. And he has property income 5 lakh. So no question of rebate because the income is exceeding 5 lakh. But we can take up these figures and solve it. Chalo. Let us take the next example. Salary income 1,80,000. Long-term capital gain on shares 5 lakh. और क्या था? What else is there? Salary income long-term lottery is 50,000. So what is the total income, dear students? Quick answer in the chat box. 7,30,000. So no question of rebate. Now, Now, what is the basic exemption for Ramesh? He is a senior citizen. They gave the age of Ramesh. Okay. So basic exemption for Ramesh is 3 lakhs. What is the normal income, or you can say salary income? 1,80,000. Can I say 1,20,000 is unutilized basic exemption which is not yet used? 120. Can we set off in other income and other tax? Answer is yes. So let us take now लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन. पहले लेते हैं. ये सीक्वेंस आपको स्मार्टली यूज करना पड़ेगा. 5 लाख minus unutilized basic exemption. Can you set off 120? Salary normal income is only 180, but he's a senior citizen, so the basic exemption is 3 lakh. So can you set off 120 here? Answer is yes. And then what is the balance taxable long term capital gain? 380. So what will be the tax on long term capital gain on property? This was, dear students. And on shares, the tax is 10%. That too additional 1 lakh. On property, the tax is 20%. When you do unutilized and marginal relief, these concepts, you should know the tax, surcharge, if not have the table in front of you. On 380 long-term capital gain, 20%. That is 76,000. And then we also have lottery income. लॉटरी का इनकम कितना है? 50,000. पे 30%, 15,000. So what is the tax payable? 91,000. On that, health and education says 4% always on the tax. No question of surcharge. 3640. So what is the tax payable? 94,640. Bolo. Clear hai ya nahi? Unutilized basic. If you are getting more, we are already connected through WhatsApp. Do share your examples. Ma'am, instead of this, if this is this income, होगा 3-4 और practice करोगे, so the concept will be clear. If my normal income is 180 and I'm a senior citizen 3 lakh, so 120 unutilized basic exemption, can I set off in long-term capital gain? Instead of this, had it been shares, I would have given 120 also and more added 1 lakh. Long-term capital gain on listed shares, 1 lakh additional basic exemption. And 380 pay 20%. Lottery, no, lottery we will not give. And why didn't I give rebate? Because the total income exceeded 5 lakh. Is it now clear to all of you? See, these concepts are very beautiful. Unutilized basic exemption, marginal relief. So do practice it. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So almost we have come to the end of this session of basics. Okay, this is the name of your chapter. Will you please revise this at home? Tax planning. I just want to explain the gist because from this, dear students, literally I'm putting my hands like this. 2 into 4, 8 marks questions are asked. अब भी नहीं पूछा. But जब पूछते हैं 6 to 8 marks, they'll give you 3 to 4 cases and you have to decide कि this case is tax evasion or tax or what. So just one line explanation I want to give. Tax planning is knowing the tax benefits and planning. For example, if my total income is 8 lakhs, can I plan and put my 80 CMA PPF and claim the exemption and reduce my income to? This is tax planning. Instead of buying the house outright, can I take loan so that EMI interest is deductible in self-occupied property and principal is deductible in your ATC? So like this, you do tax planning. If I am only getting rental income, I am only getting share trading, I am only doing teaching, I am doing this, blah, blah, blah. Can I shift it? Can I do the share trading in the name of my son? He's studying, he's doing his graduation, but share trading I can do. So I can get more benefit of basic. Just examples I'm saying. Tax avoidance is people try to take the benefit of loopholes and they try to bend the law in their way. For example, above 10,000, don't make cash payment in a single day. This is said in the Act, Section 40. You come to my showroom, I'll pay you 12,000 cash payment at a time. I'll split and show 9,000 and 3,000. 2 days में आप आए थे लेने. So people are trying to bend the law. We can also see कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, 12,000 एक ही साथ लेके गए. So they take, this is not encouraged. Tax evasion is simply tax की चोरी करना. Yeah, I'll clear all your doubts just after completing this, dear. Tax evasion is suppressing income. I am giving you rent 50,000. You are saying, ma'am, give me 30,000 rent by check. बाकी cash ऊपर से दे दो. आपका ऊपर से देना, मेरा लेना. So when I'm giving you 30,000 check, how much is your taxable income? You are showing rental income 30,000. So suppressing income, putting fake expenses, that is tax evasion. It's not allowed. And tax management is administration, planning and paying all your taxes correctly on time. Okay, right. So just read this table and it will make a solid base. And beginning some theories there which I feel whenever you like in this week, but in this week, just go through it. No, this like very basic revision. What is direct tax? What is indirect tax in constitution? How we are getting the power? Agricultural income is also taxed indirectly, step method. There also agricultural income, non-agricultural pay tax without cess. Agricultural income, basic exemption, pay tax. 1 minus 2 is the tax payment. So what do you mean by section, subsection, rules? I have given the example here. If these are self-explanatory. Provisos are exception to the rule. If they say if your turnover exceeds 1 crore, maintain the books. So exception to the rules are all given. Circulars. अब ये ना बार बार MCQ में और पूछते हैं. Circulars are bounding on department. Notifications are binding on department and SSC both. How the budget comes, what is the, I think this is very basic, but this is there in final also. Normally, whatever we earn in the previous year 22-23, we pay the tax in 23-24. Exception to the rule, 5 cases wherein previous year and assessment year is same. Previous year is also 22-23, assessment year is. If you are leaving India, can we say, हाँ अभी तो जाओ, July 23 के बाद आ जाना, अगले साल assessment year में? No, pay the tax now, get the tax clearance certificate, then the passport is stamped, and then you are allowed to leave India. So these are basics. You already know it. If you feel, ma'am, there was a gap and I need help, ask me. This is one of the very important definition we use in so many chapters. A person is said to have substantial interest if he owns more than 20% shares or more than 20% voting power. And they say beneficial. So Mr. A is owning 13% shares in company. And Mr. A is married and he's the Karta of HUF, which is owning 18% share. Is Mr. A substantial holder? No. Mr. A HUF a substantial holder? No. Come se come 20%. But Mr. A is the decision taker of himself. Mr. A as a Karta is only decision taker. So beneficial ownership is how much? 13 plus 18. कितना हो गया? थोड़ा थक गई मैं, orally नहीं करना है. Too much of speaking no, in these classes. 31%. Is he the beneficial owner? Yes. If you want, you can write down. Substantial interest, beneficial. This we use in companies also. APOI and all those cases में ये काम आएगा. substantial interest when more than 20% voting power. And from here we have done everything. Tax rate, slab rate. Just go through it if you have. And one thing, dear students, if you want to enjoy learning the new tax regime, today's class is old tax regime. First, make this very perfect, your old tax regime, so that you get into the new tax regime comparative way, very clear way. Okay, what's the doubt? So slab rates will be applicable for other than special rates. Yes, special income, special rates, normal income, slab rates for individual, and on all the income, surcharge rates as given. And on tax plus surcharge, cess. In today's class, if you ask me weightage wise, ma'am, what is important, बाकी तो हम काफी सालों से कर रहे हैं. I don't know, I emphasized on the pitfalls. Did you all understand the full class? But if you ask me what was the most important crux which you can hope to get a 5 marks problem in final, or it could be covered in 2 marks MCQs, then it is marginal relief and unutilized basic exemption. But for marginal relief, you should know the surcharge concept. For unutilized basic income, you should know the special rates, normal rates. Simple. Yeah? Yes, Kasif. What you are asking? Section 111 shall we add the short-term capital gain directly to the normal income and then do the slab rates or separately for them? I didn't get it. Section 111A is short-term capital gain on shares. Now you are talking about 111, that is normal short-term capital gain. Yes, normal, yeah, you got it. Normal capital gain, I got it in fact, what you have shown the query. Normal short-term capital gain, that is in properties and gold and all, because it is taxed at slab rate, you can merge with other incomes and then give the basic exemption. But by thumb rule, basic exemption will always be given for the normal income. Because you are very smart to ask this question ki ma'am, normal income pe to 5 or 10% tax hai, and this is like 15% or higher, तो हम कहीं भी set off कर लें क्या पहले? No. You got it or not? I have answered your question also, but something more, that basic exemption should first be set off in normal income. But if it is short-term capital gain on property and normal income, both are taxable at slab rate, you can merge and then calculate the tax. I hope I have answered all your queries. Final classes are going to be super interesting, provided you promise and give me a commitment that you all are going to attend it live and not taking it casually. मैम का रिकॉर्डिंग है वो देख लेंगे, वो रिकॉर्डिंग मेरे पास रहेगा, आपके ऐप में आएगा, मेल में रहेगा, पड़ा रहेगा, पड़ा रहेगा, पड़ा रहेगा, वो नहीं आता. And even if you see that doesn't come, see how you all are interacting so beautifully with me. I'm also enjoying teaching more concepts. Any doubt you have in today's topic, ask me and gear up for which one we should do. I think after doing this for comparative, let us do 115 BAC, alternative tax regime, the new tax regime, day after tomorrow, and then we will do the AMT. AMT and 115 BAC, this is my guesswork upcoming exam, because new tax regime, lot of amendments are there in 23 also. So 23 amendments are not, but both important hai. So if they ask a question, we should score full marks. Concept also I will teach, and questions from your material which I have given you, we will solve in the notebook. But for new regime, this should be like super duper perfect. Okay, that's all for today's class. Thank you so much for being very committed to do it. Write all notes, start preparing, and are you willing to write a test or not? Ma'am, final में आके आप basics का test लेंगे? So yes, answer is yes. And as we start the class with wishing, good evening, all of you, it should end not with a gesture. Thank you so much. You all are already saying thank you, but I'm honestly saying whether it is offline class today, what I took in the afternoon, or it's a virtual class, do say thank you and leave, because it's an exchange of energy. I'm saying thank you because when you are learning with that creativity, asking so many doubts, I'm enjoying teaching you all. You say thank you. if I have added on some knowledge, and let us all, vibrate at a higher level and start one thing. I know it looks very, मतलब बहुत सारे mentors और teachers सिखा रहे हैं, तो एक और teacher दीप्ति मैम से भी सुन लो, क्योंकि मैंने अप्लाई किया और बहुत benefit मैंने है. Before sleeping today, write small 5 things for which you are grateful. I will show you. This is अंदर क्या लिखा है वो भी देख. This is what is my diary. 5 things, simple 5 things, thankful to this technology or whatever 5 things for which I am grateful today. And then you see, it's not only studying tax and writing the exam, it's the mindset. And if you are there decided to achieve higher goals, तो ये ना आसपास का ड्रामा पार्क कर दो साइड में, डर फियर सब पार्क हो जाएगा. हाँ, right. Lots of blessings and wishes to all of you. Bye bye for today. Thank you so much. Bye.